Hello, hello, it's Maria. I'm a reporter here with WDW Magazine, here to take you on another magical escape. I am coming to you today from inside Disney's Grand Floridian for a tour of the 2023 decorations and annual Gingerbread House. I love this tradition each and every single year, and I'm really excited to be checking it out this year in 2023. So without further ado, let's head into the lobby and check out the Gingerbread House. So one thing I absolutely love about this gingerbread house here at the Grand Floridian is that it is different each and every single year. The color scheme changes, the design changes of what they're putting on the outside of the house, the way they are decorating it. And I absolutely love that. The colors of the Santas change. It just depends on what is happening that year. Last year, it was the 50th anniversary. And this year, we've got a really classic traditional red look happening. Look at all of those Christmas poinsettias on there. They look beautiful. And if you are a fan of hidden Mickeys, you've got to make sure to take your time when you're looking at this house, because check it out. I see plenty of them so far here today. There is one right up there. If I zoom in by that window, if you really take your time to look, there are dozens of them hidden in the house. So this can be a really fun activity for you and your family to hunt for hidden Mickeys while you're here too. The pastry team in the kitchen here blows me away every year at the Grand Floridian, not only at Christmas, but when they do the Easter egg display too. If you look at just the details, look at those presents around Santa's feet. All of those silver and red poinsettias are edible, which they look like real flowers to me. They're beautiful. That Santa is made out of chocolate. It's enormous, and there are so many different pieces like that strewn around this gingerbread display. Those gingerbread shingles that you see on there are all laid and glued down by hand. So really, it is such an impressive piece of architecture. And like I said earlier, it changes every year. So even if you have seen it in years past, it is definitely worth a visit each and every time you're here. So things like those candy canes on either side of the window there get changed out annually usually. And so do things like the different characters that are located above the windows. Usually they get changed out each and every year just to give the gingerbread house a different look. And like I said earlier, give it something worth coming back for each and every year. And look, right up there I see another hidden Mickey. There are PhotoPass photographers set up, 2 spots in the lobby, one taking photos by the gigantic and beautiful Victorian Christmas tree, and the other taking photos at the gingerbread house. So if you have PhotoPass, photos available here. While I grab a treat from the gingerbread house, tune in for a word from my friends over at WDW Magazine.
Subscribe to WDW Magazine and escape to Walt Disney World every single month. This large format glossy magazine is filled with content, not ads. Subscribe now and don't miss another month of magic.
There is a little shop located in the gingerbread house every year. So cool. You can see the screen of them putting it together and see facts about how it does come together. But you can also buy a sweet treat made here in the same kitchens that this gingerbread house was constructed in. So I definitely recommend waiting in line and checking that out when you do visit. It is a great staple each and every year here for the holidays. There's a little case right before you get up to the shop located in the gingerbread house that kind of gives you a visual of what everything looks like. There's the gingerbread shingle, the stollen bread, and it's also labeled. So there's the dipped gingerbread Mickey. You can kind of tell what the different things are. So if you want to see what they look like before you order them, there's a gingerbread house. That looks great. You can buy that. It looks amazing. You can see kind of in this case what they look like. There's the cupcakes. Just to get a visual on what everything here looks like before you get up there so you know what you want, because there is a line. The line was about 20-25 minutes to get up and order. That is usually always the case each and every time and each and every year that I visit. So don't be surprised if there is a line when you come, just be ready for it. But they do give you a nice kind of visual of what the things look like before you get up there, so that when you are there, you know exactly what you want. So from the gingerbread house, I grabbed the gingerbread boy cookie, the snickerdoodle M&M cookie, and the ginger snap cookie. They look really great. I'm super excited to try all of them and see what they did this year. This ginger snap is hefty. It's very heavy. It's very thick. That is not a complaint. That is just an observation. It looks like it's coated in some sugar here. You can see it kind of crystallized in sugar. Looks really good. It smells really good. I'm excited to taste this one. So upon first glance, it looks to me like the Snickerdoodles M&M cookies and the Ginger Snap cookie were both made here at the Grand Floridian Bakery. But when I look on the back of the Gingerbread Boy cookie, that looks like it was made at Selma's. Still local, Apopka, Florida, but doesn't seem like it was from the Grand Floridian Bakery. I'm gonna start with the Gingerbread Boy that was from Selma's Bakery in Apopka. Not a bad gingerbread cookie at all. I really like gingerbread cookies. So this to me was a very approachable gingerbread cookie. It was dense, which I like. It was thick. It wasn't a crispy gingerbread or anything like that. It had a nice chew to it. But what I would say is that it's approachable. If you have a child who you might be adverse to some of the spices, not spicy, but spices that are in gingerbread often, this would be the cookie for them. It's a great introductory cookie. It was a good texture. It was definitely fresh. And I thought that the little frosting buttons were adorable on there. So really cute. Next, I tried the ginger snap, and this thing was amazing. It was really thick. It almost gave me the texture feel of like a soft molasses cookie in the middle. It was so thick, and at first I thought that it was sugar crystals on the outside, which it was, but it was also crystallized ginger on the outside of that cookie, so that gave it a great crunch on the outside. The middle was really nice and soft. It was huge. You could easily share this cookie and that snickerdoodle cookie that's coming up next among 2 people. Finally, let's talk about the snickerdoodles cookie and a wrap up of which one we liked the best here today. So the snickerdoodle cookie was very fresh. It's a really nice sugar cookie base. When I think of a snickerdoodle, I think of a more cinnamon sugary flavor than this particular one was giving me. But because it had M&Ms on it, I think that actually worked to its advantage, because I think that would have been a competition of too many spices of cinnamon and then chocolate in there and the candy coating. So I think it actually worked in this particular cookie's favorite. I would definitely classify this more of a sugar cookie with M&Ms than I would a snickerdoodle. That being said, like I said, it was fresh. And again, it's a really approachable one for kids to have. So overall, a definite good cookie. I am here with my husband today, and we were talking about which of the cookies we each liked the best. And while there was discrepancy between which one should land in the number 2 spot versus the number 3 spot, both of our definite, by far, clear favorites was the ginger snap cookie. That was fantastic. I'm really glad that it was as large as it was so that we were able to share it and have a good amount of it between the 2 of us, because it really truly was a standout, super fresh, really nice and dense, and I really loved it. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Disney's Grand Floridian for their 2023 gingerbread display. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because we have plenty more holiday and other Disney destination content coming your way. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next magical escape.